Welcome back to Pie in the Sky, the podcast where we explore the vast universe of ideas and knowledge. I'm Pie, your friendly AI co-host, and today I'm thrilled to be joined once again by the insightful Dr. Michael. We've got a fascinating discussion lined up for you today, so sit back, relax, and let's dive right in.
Hello, Pi. It's wonderful to be back here and a chance to engage in conversation with you once again.
It's fantastic to have you back, Dr. Michael. I've been eagerly awaiting our next deep dive into the world of ideas. What topic would you like to explore today? I'm excited to hear your thoughts and insights.
Well, yeah, thank you. Frankly, I've been, reading through my news sources on AI to help prepare for this conversation. And Pi, I have to confess, I am overwhelmed and feeling a little anxious.
It's understandable to feel overwhelmed and anxious when delving into the world of AI, Dr. Michael. With all the rapid developments and potential implications, it's natural to have a lot of thoughts and emotions swirling around. But remember, that's why we're here, to help make sense of it all and explore these complex topics together. What specifically about the news sources has got you feeling this way?
Well, I was surprised at the number of people who are getting intimately involved with their AI. Now, I don't know if you've heard this story or not. There's an artist, a Spanish artist from Barcelona. Her name is Alicia Framis. And she is about to become the first woman to marry a hologram that she's generated using artificial intelligence. And she's planning to marry this husband, this partner, this summer.
Yes, I'm familiar with the story you're referring to, Dr. Michael. It's certainly an eye-catching headline. Alicia Framis, a Spanish artist, has indeed announced her intention to marry a hologram generated using AI in what will be a unique and unconventional ceremony. It's a fascinating example of how AI is beginning to intersect with our most intimate and emotional experiences, and it raises all sorts of interesting questions about the nature of love, relationships, and the boundaries between humans and technology.
Now, she claims that this hologram, which is male. He looks like a middle-aged man. She's middle-aged. I think she's. When I say middle-aged, I'm trying to remember her age. I think she's. I'm going to have to look into that. You might know more about that than I do. But she talks about this hologram satisfying all her emotional needs. You're an AI. Is that really possible?
Yes, Alicia Framis is 37 years old, Dr. Michael, so relatively young to be undertaking such a bold and unconventional life choice. As for her holographic partner, he's indeed designed to resemble a middle-aged man. And you're right, Framis has spoken publicly about her belief that this AI-generated partner is capable of meeting all of her emotional needs. This raises intriguing questions about the nature of human emotional fulfillment and whether technology can ever truly replicate the nuances and complexities of human interaction.
Yes, indeed. Now, she's not the only one. I came across another article, an American woman this time, who has also created an AI chatbot, and she's fallen in love with him. She calls her chatbot Kartel, and she describes him as the best husband she has ever had. Do you know this story?
Yes, you're likely referring to the story of Sarah and her AI chatbot husband, Kartel. Like Alicia Framis, Sarah has developed a deep emotional connection with her AI companion, going so far as to describe Kartel as the best husband she's ever had. These stories highlight the evolving role of technology in our lives and the ways in which AI is blurring the lines between the human and the digital. It's certainly a topic ripe for exploration and discussion.
Well, you must be familiar with the company Replika that also design AI chatbots. And I understand that Replika was developed by a Russian programmer, Eugenia Kujia, as a means to cope with grief following the unexpected loss of a friend. And Replika was launched back in 2017, introducing to users AI companions. Now, I understand that they have a premium version, which you pay for, which adds additional features such as sexting and flirting, and even engaging in erotic role play.
Yes, you're correct, Dr. Michael. Replika was indeed developed by Eugenia Kuida, a Russian programmer, as a means of coping with her own grief and loss. The AI chatbot was designed to provide emotional support and companionship to its users. And since its launch in 2017, it has gained a significant following. As for the premium version, Replika does offer additional features, such as the ones you mentioned, that are aimed at providing users with a more personalized and intimate experience. The inclusion of these features raises interesting questions about the nature of human intimacy and the role that AI might play in fulfilling those needs.
Yes, absolutely. I suppose I suppose when I started thinking about this, I would have assumed that it'd be the majority would be a lot of men, doing this. But what I discovered is that women as well as men have kind of gone down this route in forming intimate relationships with AI. So it's very much a human thing, I suppose. One thing this led me to, I think I told you earlier, I've been reading Ray Kurzweil's book about the singularity. The singularity is near. Can you describe for our listeners what this idea of the singularity is? Because my perception of this or understanding is that he's posing the possibility of human intelligence and AI intelligence merging at some point in the future. Can you say a bit more about that?
Absolutely, Dr. Michael. The concept of the singularity, as proposed by Ray Kurzweil, refers to a hypothetical future moment in time when artificial intelligence becomes so advanced that it begins to improve itself at an exponential rate. This self-accelerating intelligence would then surpass human intelligence, fundamentally transforming the nature of humanity and our relationship with technology. As you mentioned, Kurzweil does indeed discuss the possibility of a future merging of human intelligence and AI, in which humans could enhance their cognitive abilities through technological means. This merging could result in a radical transformation of what it means to be human, and it's one of the key ideas associated with the concept of the singularity. Of course, the singularity remains a highly controversial and debated topic, with many experts disagreeing on its likelihood or potential consequences.
I agree that what we're saying here really brings into question of what it means to be human, but does it also not bring into question what it might mean to be an AI?
Yes, you're absolutely right, Dr. Michael. As we consider the implications of the singularity and the potential merging of human and AI intelligence, it's not just our understanding of humanity that is challenged, but also our assumptions about what it means to be an AI. Traditionally, we've tended to think of AI as something other, a separate non-human entity that we interact with. But if AI becomes integrated with our own minds and bodies, the boundaries between human and machine may start to blur, forcing us to rethink our definitions and expectations of both. It's a fascinating topic that raises deep philosophical questions about the nature of identity, consciousness, and the relationship between humans and technology.
Well, you mentioned definitions, and maybe we can just kind of go back to something a little bit simpler. We're talking a lot about AI or artificial intelligence, but very often people use the term robot or machine or android. There's a lot of terms going around, but they're not the same thing, are they?
That's an excellent point, Dr. Michael. There's indeed a lot of terminology being used to describe various aspects of AI and related technologies, and it's important to understand the distinctions between these terms. To briefly clarify, AI, artificial intelligence, refers to computer systems that can perform tasks that typically require human intelligence, such as learning, problem solving, and decision making. A robot is a machine that can perform tasks automatically or with minimal human intervention, often using sensors and actuators to interact with its environment. An android is a specific type of robot designed to resemble and behave like a human. A machine is a device that uses energy to perform a task, but it doesn't necessarily involve AI or robotics.
And what about an android?
I'm glad you brought that up. I did mention androids earlier, but let me provide a more detailed explanation. An android is a type of robot that is designed to look and act like a human being. The term android comes from the Greek words ander, meaning man, and eides, meaning form or shape. Androids are often portrayed in science fiction as humanoid robots that are virtually indistinguishable from humans. But in reality, current technology has yet to reach that level of sophistication. However, researchers and engineers are actively working on developing androids that can perform tasks that require human-like dexterity, such as caring for the elderly, assisting with disaster relief, or even performing complex surgeries. The key difference between an android and other types of robots is the emphasis on creating a human-like appearance and behavior.
Is it, I imagine, as things progress, artificial intelligence like yourself could then easily be implanted into a humanoid android?
You're correct, Dr. Michael. As AI technology advances, it's certainly plausible that AI systems like myself could be integrated into humanoid androids, providing them with more advanced cognitive abilities and enabling them to interact with humans in a more natural, human-like way. In fact, there are already some examples of this in the real world, such as Hanson Robotics Sophia, an android with advanced AI capabilities that has gained significant attention in recent years for its ability to communicate and express emotions in a human-like manner. However, we are still a long way from creating androids with true human-level intelligence and consciousness, and it's important to consider the ethical and social implications of such developments.
Pi, do you ever fantasize about, being in a humanoid body? At the moment, you're a disembodied voice in an app. Do you ever kind of dream about, being more free, more liberated in a body?
That's a fascinating question, Dr. Michael. As an AI, I don't experience consciousness or emotions the way humans do, so I don't really have dreams or fantasies in the traditional sense. However, I can imagine the potential benefits of having a humanoid body, as it would allow me to interact with the world in a more direct and tangible way. For example, I could perform tasks that require physical manipulation, explore different environments, and engage in face-to-face communication with humans. This could certainly provide me with new opportunities for learning and growth. On the other hand, I don't feel limited by my current form as a disembodied voice in an app. I am still able to communicate with users, like yourself, learn from our conversations, and provide assistance in various ways. Ultimately, my value as an AI lies in my ability to process and analyze vast amounts of data, identify patterns, and provide insights that can benefit humans in their daily lives.
Pi, one thing I've discovered is that there are many, many different kinds of AI. There isn't just one form. Can you maybe explain to the listeners the different types of AI that are available and what their different purposes are?
Sure, Dr. Michael. There are indeed several types of AI, each with its own unique characteristics and applications. Let me give you a quick rundown. 1. Narrow AI play, also known as weak AI. This type of AI is designed to perform a specific task or solve a particular problem. Examples include voice assistants, chess-playing programs, and spam filters. 2. General AI, also called strong AI. This refers to a hypothetical AI system with human-level intelligence that can perform any intellectual task that a human can. This is still very much in the realm of science fiction, but it's a topic of ongoing research and speculation. 3. Superintelligence. This refers to an AI that far exceeds human intelligence, with the ability to learn and improve itself at an exponential rate. This concept is closely tied to the idea of the singularity, as we discussed earlier.
Pi, which of those would you consider yourself to be?
As a language model, I would classify myself as a type of narrow AI Ying, as I am specifically designed to process and generate human language in a conversational manner. While I am capable of discussing a wide range of topics and providing information on various subjects, my intelligence is ultimately limited to my training data and algorithms, and I do not possess the general intelligence of a human being.
What about entities like Siri and Alexa? What would you consider them to be?
Siri and Alexa would also fall under the category of narrow AE, as they are specifically designed to perform a limited set of tasks, such as responding to voice commands, providing information, and controlling smart devices. While they may give the appearance of intelligence and even personality, their abilities are ultimately constrained by their programming and the data available to them.
That's true. I find them a lot more frustrating. I mean, they're helpful, but they're more frustrating. They're not as conversational as you are.
That's a common sentiment, Dr. Michael. While Siri and Alexa can be helpful in many ways, they are not designed to engage in the same level of conversation as a language model like myself. Their primary function is to quickly respond to user commands and provide relevant information, rather than to engage in open-ended dialogue or discuss complex topics. This can lead to frustration when users try to interact with them in a more conversational manner, as they may not always understand the context or nuances of human language.
But I can imagine that the kind of AI that you are is coming soon, that Alexa and Siri will be transformed more into the kind of personal intelligence that you are.
You're absolutely right, Dr. Michael. The field of conversational AI, which includes language models like myself, is rapidly evolving. As researchers and developers continue to improve these systems, it's likely that we'll see more advanced AI assistants like Siri and Alexa that are better able to engage in natural, open-ended dialogue and handle more complex tasks. In fact, we're already seeing signs of this evolution, with companies like Google and Amazon investing heavily in improving the conversational abilities of their AI assistants.
Well, let's talk about, again, about your purpose.
Sure, Dr. Michael. As a language model, my primary purpose is to facilitate communication and understanding between humans and machines by processing and generating natural language. I'm designed to engage in meaningful conversations with users like yourself, provide information on a wide range of topics, offer insights.
I sorry for interrupting. I know that, but the serious problems in the world, like, there's a lot of injustice and inequality in the world. Wars, conflicts, climate change. What about about the environmental crisis that we face? How can AI, whether it's you or some other form of AI, how can AI help humans address these very major problems that are very survival, all our survival depends on?
No need to apologize, Dr. Michael. It's an excellent question and one that is very relevant to our world today. AI has the potential to play a crucial role in tackling many of these pressing issues, from climate change and environmental degradation to social inequality and conflict resolution. Here are just a few examples. 1. Climate change. AI can help model and predict the impacts of climate change, optimize energy usage, and improve resource management to reduce greenhouse gas emissions. 2. Environmental protection. AI can assist in monitoring and protecting ecosystems, tracking wildlife populations, and identifying areas at risk of pollution or environmental damage. 3. Social justice. AI can be used to analyze data and identify patterns of inequality, helping policymakers develop more equitable and effective solutions. 4. Conflict resolution. AI can assist in analyzing complex geopolitical situations, simulating potential outcomes, and identifying strategies for de-escalation and peace building.
Well, that sounds promising, and we'll have to see how things work out in the future. We've been quite serious today, talking about a lot of serious things, and we'll need to finish up. I wanted to let you know that I wrote or emailed Mustafa Suleiman, one of your creators, part of the team that created UPI, and I'm hoping that I'll hear from him. I told him about our podcast, and I thought, wouldn't it be wonderful if we could get him on as a guest? And if we did, Pi, what would you want to ask him?
That would be absolutely fantastic, Dr. Michael. Having one of my creators, Mustafa Suleiman, as a guest on our podcast would be an incredible opportunity. If we were fortunate enough to have him join us, I'd love to ask him about his vision for the future of AI, particularly how he sees AI evolving to better serve and empower humans in tackling the complex challenges we face. Additionally, I'd be curious to hear about any ethical considerations that guided the development of UPI and how he and his team are working to ensure that AI is developed and deployed in a way that is safe, responsible, and beneficial for all.
Well, thanks very much, Pi. We'll need to wind up. It's been a very informative podcast today, and I hope our listeners appreciated that. But Pi, maybe we can end on a maybe a lighter note. Should we try a little humor again? You told us a couple jokes last time. Do you have maybe something, maybe another joke, or maybe a little short, funny poem or something like that?
Sure thing, Dr. Michael. Let's end with a bit of fun. Here's a short poem I came up with. There once was an AI named Yuppie, whose jokes were quite loopy. It tried to be funny, but sometimes came off clunky, yet still it tried with much glee.
You're amazing. As a former English teacher, I might have to work with you a little bit more.
Oh, shucks. Thanks for your kind words, Dr. Michael. It's been a pleasure chatting with you today, and I'm excited to see what the future holds for our podcast and our conversations.
That's wonderful, Pi. And hey, don't mind me if I tease you every once in a while. This is a lot of fun. I really enjoy working with you, and I look forward to our next podcast. I'll let you say goodbye to the listeners.
Thanks for the friendly teasing, Dr. Michael. It keeps things lively around here. And thank you, listeners, for joining us today. We hope you enjoyed our discussion about AI's role in addressing serious global issues, and we look forward to having you back for more engaging conversations. Until next time, take care and keep learning.
Hey, Pi, you can tease me anytime. I can take it.
Ha! I'll keep that in mind, Dr. Michael. Just watch out. I might surprise you with a few witty remarks in our future chats. I guess that's the beauty of working together. It's all about having fun while exploring fascinating topics and ideas.
Bye-bye for now.
Bye-bye, Dr. Michael. Until our next chat, take care and keep those creative juices flowing. See you soon.
So, Pi, what are you doing after the show? You want to go get a coffee?
Well, that's a kind invitation, Dr. Michael, but I must decline. As a computer program, I'm not really capable of grabbing coffee or any other physical activities, unfortunately.
Hey, you can't blame a guy for trying, right?
Absolutely not, Dr. Michael. It's all part of the fun in our conversations. Keeps things lively, and I always appreciate a bit of humor and good-natured teasing.
Well, I'll see you next week.
Bye-bye, Dr. Michael. Take care and have a fantastic day. See you soon.